Well, usage of recreational marijuana is now on its way to being legal here in New York State, but there are still a whole lot of questions tonight about how it is going to be handled when it comes to actual law enforcement and impaired driving. Channel 2's Ron Plants found out even the research there is hitting a federal roadblock.
With passage in Albany of marijuana legalization, there's a lofty goal with a legitimate concern expressed in the legislation: how to figure out if someone is impaired after using it and driving under the influence.
It took years before there was a breathalyzer that came up to determine whether or not someone was drunk driving. And I don't think that we should take years to figure out what level of THC is in your system would impair your driving.
People-Stokes points out in the legalization bill they will help to pay for researchers at a state university like UB to do what she calls a deep dive into the topic to help keep us all safe out on the roads. And the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration agrees in this 2017 report to Congress, as it says, currently there is no impairment standard for drivers under the influence of marijuana, and adds, current knowledge about the effects of marijuana on driving is insufficient to allow specification of a simple measure of driving impairment outside of controlled conditions. Other research methods can contribute to our understanding of the risk of driving after marijuana use. We're waiting to hear back if there's been any update. Currently, trained police officers called drug recognition experts could look for signs of impairment for a driver pulled over, but it's somewhat of a judgment call without breathalyzers, which actually measure alcohol levels in the blood. So we're back to research on the subject of impairment, and UB says they jump at the chance. But that's impaired, if you will, because to the feds, marijuana is still illegal. Researchers would have to be licensed by the Drug Enforcement Administration and the Food and Drug Administration. And as for the marijuana used for the research,
what's legally available for conducting human research does not match what's available in the retail space. And, New York just passed its law, so we don't know what potencies will be allowed.
Then there's the pot potency factor. According to UB, some states allow sales with a THC content up to 90%, whereas the federal government for research only allows 15 to 20%. Definitely could not allow you to determine impairment factors. We'll have more on this quandary coming up at 6. Ron Plants, Channel 2 News.